Hello class, it's Shelly. I'm on vacation in Orlando, so I'm going to make a quick video of my part of the presentation for you guys to see. I'll just go over the my clinical experience PowerPoint quickly here. My community site clinical was the College of Creative Studies in Detroit, Michigan. The background and history of the agency is that it has heritage that dates back to 1906 when a group of local civic leaders were inspired by English arts and crafts movement. The framework of our audience there was limited, but the students and citizens as a group were a diverse local and global community. The student population was unique. The body was represented ethically as they embrace their responsibilities as listeners as they listen to our presentation. Our project format was an assessment of education needs. Topic of choice was cold versus flu. We created a PowerPoint presentation and handouts, presented education to the CCS students on symptoms, treatment, and prevention. We did an Ask a Nurse table as well as informational handouts and evaluation forms. Student responsibilities included research topic, a windshield survey, a presentation. We prepared a table, blood pressures, BMI education, and we obtained an audience by providing pizza and snacks. Future changes, presentation effectiveness, we assess assessment based on evaluation forms. We think there was a little bit of room for improvement as far as we needed to have more incentives possibly and have a way to gather more of a crowd because our audience was limited. The physical environment around CCS was, it's referred to as the Cultural Center. Located within this area are the Detroit Film Theater, the Institute of Arts, obviously, the Museum of African American History, Detroit Public Library, Wayne State University, Henry Ford Medical Centers, restaurants, and live venues. Okay, so my part was mostly the housing and zoning. Most of Detroit's neighborhoods have remained unchanged with little new construction. A vast majority of new homes were built between the 1900s and 1950s. Also, we provided a detailed history map of the building ages in Detroit. As we all know, there's a lot of historical buildings there. Some still in good condition and some in desperate need of torn down. Construction materials was another one of my questions. Mostly metals, copper and steel, wood and timber, cement and lime, concrete and glass. And then I thought this was interesting. We labeled it "With Age Comes Issues." We put some facts from the Toronto Star newspaper. It says in a single week in June, firefighters battled about 30 constructional fires per day. In Los Angeles, a city with 4 times the population of Detroit, firefighters just faced 11. So 3 times as much in a third of the space. We went through and did the size and condition of house lots, as well as safety and transportation. As we know, public modes of transportation include the bus, people mover. We also have the Amtrak, Greyhounds. Another interesting fact, we found the lack of transportation. According to a journalist, roughly 60,000 households in Detroit have no access to an automobile, and consequently the population must depend on public transportation. This was a 2014 source. As we know, the roads and street conditions are horrific. Lots of damage, potholes, we see on the news all the time. There are police and fires. We documented the location of 2 of each, closest to CCS here. Additional safety, Wayne State Police, and then the College of Creative Studies also has an on-campus security. And then we just have our references at the end here. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy your class. I will see you next week for our final class.